Alrighty then. See, questing wise, you know, one of the lower characters, you know, have alts. No alts are not needed in Final Fantasy, but I have them just because I have an alts. I don't know. It's freaking how I avoid them. Oh, excuse me. So, but this particular character is right at actually, if I should be doing this Fidona or if I should go back to Nienda, because Nienda's still going through Shadowbringers, and if Fidona's on Endwalker. Yeah, we'll stick. I'm on Fidona. We'll do Fidona. Hold on, folks. All right. Back we are. All right. Excuse me. You know I should probably go ahead and read these, considering I'm sure you will check on Twitch itself, but I think yeah. Unless you guys are watching full screen, you're not gonna really read those. Alright. Alright, well now, this is a rather lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kryl. I'm not even going to try doing any of the voices, by the way, folks. Don't expect that from me. We're associates of Kryl of the students of Eldesian. We seek passes to Thavnir and understand you can assist us. Ah, the test subject. Welcome, welcome. Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to attune to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of aether hurtling along the live stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such stuff possible that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happened that our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, the other in Yadilmhad. we'll go with that, a port town in Thavnir. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Razatan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of other alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherites were made for people like your good self. The magic imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true. And far be it for me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the life stream. In the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mrs. Krell truly knows how to pick them. Thank God you're already there, which is kind of why. If I might change the subject, are Master Wolfson and Mistress Blowetta not present today? Oh, didn't you hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No. No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Yay! Yeah, puttering along.
Right, we're all set. Just the four of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh, I would have preferred more test subjects.
Of course she would.
Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please. Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether. Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What?
I think the Moogle treasure trove is going on. I'd have to go back to a major city.
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between two peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay for a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have? What chance?
Well, she did say
Against such an insidious foe.
she did say violent aether sickness, so
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish. Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
all right. Can't remember if I have time. You there? I need 3 drinks, something that helps with ether sickness. By the Mansu, a traveler, greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir. Come to me. A special Amra Lassi, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By the way, a warm welcome to Thavner, I am pleased to offer you for the low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles, and bargains amongst bargains. Yeah, Estinian is deny. I thought you could barely stand. Why didn't you tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? The merchant is swindling me. Yeah. Wow. Sincere apologies, sir, but I appear to have prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles of lassie. Your confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. Let me drink mine first. I'll be back after I've explored the town. And I do it before I get. Can I do it before I get sick again? 2, 1. Yep, I can. Okay. Okay, we'll hand it off to Rianche. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its deathly grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Estinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. You were in time. Excellent. You spared us Tataru's wrath. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right. I'm ready to get on with it. The Lassie, but Lassie truly works wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. I bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against the heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? Local vendor. The man said it was Thavnarian weave. Tough and not easy unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. It's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. Let's see, are all Hannish merchants so unscrupulous? One mustn't be too quick to paint a diverse people with a single brush. If such doth proved a commonplace, I would presume a symptomatic of societal instability. Claiming Thavnir as its dominion, the nation of Razad Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Akrasoda, Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinguished did emerge. Blah, blah, blah. From alchemy to textiles, the products of the Hannish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over. A development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Razad, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious government and stringent regulations. Neither of which seem any evidence, given the merchants of the gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so. The opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever that truth may be, would be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye, we've not to lose by learning more. So ere we seek out Kryle's acquaintance, shall we see that information we gathered here in Yedamad. I never actually understood how to pronounce this one. Excellent. Why don't we get off the flying start and we'll make it up for it. Oh, excuse me. I just realized my sword gauge is up there. Why is my sword gauge up there? Alright. Down here. should be down here too. Here. Are we on treasure trove yet? Yep, the treasure trove is active. I'm sure the Praetorium and Castrum Iridium are the highest. So I should head towards... Alright, once we learn what we can, we regroup by the Aetherite, off-putting though a mere sight of it may be. Where are you? Gemstone trader, okay. And... do I not have it? Bum. And Rods at Han. Haven't found anything yet. Okay. Where is my compass? Where's my compass? Okay, my... yeah, my ether compass is missing, so I am going to have to go find where I get a new one. Okay, so I've unlocked the... alright, compass replacements. Possibly. Ah, there we go. That's where they hide it after a fun intentionally drop the damn thing. Okay. Let's head to Old Daw. I want to look at the Moogle treasure trove. What the what do we got going for this week? This particular week. I think it just started. Get through that text. I didn't deal with this character before. No, I already know. Okay. Oh, I missed week one. We're actually on week 2. Damn it! Oh well. Oh, I haven't unlocked Blue Mage yet. Aha! That's why I don't have that one. It's a raid. Where the familiars dare to unlock. Okay. Okay. Yeah, put something more like do with my upper. Okay. Hi, Smudge. Sorry, had to set the weef down for bed. Also, what was coming on? What's the Google treasure trove has got this time around? Coffee cup earrings. To oblivion. On your plate. Ethereal necromancer. Meh. Alright, the crate is laden with fruits, but they're on the verge of spoiling as if they had been left too long. Let's see here. Well, no, if it isn't a traveler, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us wide berth since the accursed tower suddenly appeared on the Narunair. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine, but if after a fashion, but no. It had to spawn fell fiends as well. Well, we have our lives to thank to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, only the gods know. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of large seafaring vessels further away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible. But suppose things could only have been worse. It could have been I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kalzahal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kalzahal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwater's Sail, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Right there. The Dalmaskins aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's a tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risks. But this would be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans who supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Calzal. I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. No. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Mattia, and I'm here to see Calzal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Ouch. Mattia. Yes, can I help you? Blah 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 blah. Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Calzal too, did you? I'm Mattia, a fisherman from Akiali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Calzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium has been struggling, I became worried and decided to come to see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. My hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. Yep. Oh, you. Okay. Question is that better? No. If I may ask, what is it that you do? Kill gods. An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me how to be like you? You see, I brought some fish with me, the portions I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. Problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only dealt with Calzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Well, give it a shot. If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. Alright, let's do this. You'll do it? Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. No, you're not. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedelmad. I will observe you and learn. Meheron. Sorry, drink water. Yes. Oh. Let's see here. Greetings, friend. How fare you of late? Greetings to you. I suppose I'm well enough given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it's utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. I had to come back, continue my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. Let's see, there's no place to go, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope to deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives, to the days when we could earn as much as you give, and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Let's see, speaking of meals... see if that was the way I want to go about. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. Yeah, well, you bait me like that. How can I not bite? Very well. Give me some of your fish. I'm not a fishmonger. I'm a teacher. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. Succeed in making a sale. Because that won't work for everybody. All right, now Shreen. Oh, let's see. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruits by chance? If so, I want to buy some Amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many Amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late, I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming in these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. But not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. It all wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed it. Okay. I didn't do that one right. I'm not a salesperson, I can be honest with you that way. You are up top. Okay. See if we get lucky the third time. What? What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh God, it's my stomach. Ugh. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. I'm in a hurry to get back to work. I just ate a little too quickly. Eat more slowly and savor your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Not like it as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can, the better to be prepared. How do you intend to be prepared? My stockpile and supplies. For that I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, and what have you. Do we have anything suitable, Matsuya? We do have some dried product too, Thavnarian cucumber and papaya fish. They're the last of the batch, so if you're interested, we can have them for a discount. Truly? By all means, I'll take them all. Yeah, 2 out of 3. I can deal with that. You remember what I told you earlier, that I preserve what I catch. which serves to show how the importance of being attentive. Yep. And thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let's return to the pier. Ba-da-da-da. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell 2 of the 3 people we approached. Adventurers do indeed have great conversation skills. Not always. Watching you at work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things return to normal for Calazal soon. Unfortunately, I know better. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsia? Calazal, have you finished with the business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore. I'm sorry, Matsia, I truly am, but for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I poured all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Calazal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. La-dee-doo-dee-doo. Just gonna focus MSQ, not in the side quests at the moment. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? Yeah, what the hell are you guys doing? I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods. But to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. As before, they mean to use faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. Leap. It's Indian in a flight quest. Alright. That cottonmouth is real. Blah. La 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 diddy da diddy do. Estinian, my good man. That Matsia fellow you were helping, he's Akrasoda, is he not? Akrasodra, if he not. I have to make sure I slow down and enunciate. Apparently it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning is his perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Eorzia should be their primary targets. For it is the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. But I go after him. Akalia lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Blue unlock. Might be flight, might be something else. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, yeah. Was she a flight? Yep. Where are the Matanga? Why are there Matanga everywhere? Has this town fallen? Ah, your face. It is known to me. You are the warrior who fought for the mole and the Nadam. I am Ogle of the Katian. It was your bravery and skill that inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I have foolishly blundered into a den of Matanga. Why do these others walk without fear? Do they not care if they are slaughtered? The Eorzia are a civilized tribe. I do not doubt your word, but Grandma would always warn me, if you encounter Matanga, you turn tail and flee as fast as you can. Her tales were awful and bloody, and so now every side of them, the terror rises unbidden. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this nightmare island as soon as possible. I beg you, stay by my side for a time. Just until I meet this Kankana person Sailor told me about. She said to have work for that pays fair wages, so I will see what she has for me. Oh, you poor sweet summer child. Poor sweet summer child. You're in for a thing. I don't think I have any other of the horses, do I? No, I don't. I want you to do those. How much stuff I skipped this one? By the Dusk Mother, no one told me Kankana was a Montanga. Could I ask you to speak with her in my stead? Hi. Welcome to Yedmehad. I'm going to say that different. I'm just going to call it Yedley. I am Kankana, and it's my job to assign the right work to the right workers. Might I have your name? Fidona and Ogle, was it? Let me jot those down. Oh, grandmother, why? Why did it have to be a Tanga? Is your companion quite all right? Ah, an understandable reaction. The Gachusara tribe have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can since the troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you could do? Me? Yes. Her? No idea. For fighting? I can fight. Let's see that my skills is likened to that of the Dragonbane, the legendary Chakra Zo herself. I'm not familiar with that name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out with escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials and ask that I set any prospective protectors their way should happen to enlist any. La la la. What? They already set off? Is our duty not to escort them? There's a bit of a ritual dance performed in Kaja's footsteps. They'll need incense and costumes for the dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste. Bup, bup. These artisans you speak of, do they also include Matanga in their number? It was an Arca soldier who submitted the request. I hope that won't be a problem. No, not at all. I look forward to fainting at the feet of my most feared enemy. I cannot do this alone. Pray lend me the strength of the victor of the Nadam, and half of the reward of the task will be yours. I'm not just a victor. I'm the Khan of the steppes, lady. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave Yedley to the west, and you should soon come across your employer. Then that is where we shall meet. You'll find me there, yes? And she's off. Yeah. There's a whole quest line with her. Let's do the flight quest initially here. Ba-ba-dum. Da-dee-dee. Ah, you must be a related escort, yes? Yeah. Glad to have such a courageous, is your companion not well? She seems a touch shaky. Of course, I should have thought of it before. I shall harvest necessary ingredients while the artisans stay here. That way they have no need to fear him, being harmed. Perfect. And she's off. I must say, this is less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds, and I wanted someone to roam around to ensure they were safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened of Akrasoja? I have met such travelers before. Well, no matter. If you can patrol the area as I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting. Lolly ho. Oh, lordy. Oh, I should probably go have food. I have a bowl of soup. I need to make some food. You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task that I failed to notice the ground shaking at their approach. Still, my engines are light and my satchel's full. Thanks to you, I think I can make it back to town in time to meet with the others. Ogle. What happened? Did you slay the beast? That was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second, knowing my Tonga stood at my back, my mind froze and my body refused to obey. Grandmother taught me that we should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame, I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Fedona, but why did you follow me? 'Cause you were a fool. We were to patrol? Forgive me, I should have waited for orders, instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure the wounded man reached safely. I know I could mount up, but I'm not going to. My colleague told me of his rescue. Although we had hoped for an escort from the start, imagine if he hadn't come at all. I sent him and the others back to our workshop to consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As for your payment, that you can collect from Kankana. Right. I suppose we should report to Kankana then. Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction with your work, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the recent chaos, the upcoming ritual has been hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when the times are hard, the people of Thavnir rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an artisan would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please accept your payment, half each as agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I may have something for you, if so. Later. Or not. See how many quests I have to do for flight. This can be a total of 5. Main story quest and 4 discovered. So there's only one other. I think the other one is at the Great Work. Come back to her later. I don't remember what her quest line unlocks. Over to girl. Let's go unlock the Chocobo Keep. Alright, you do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Gather. You do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Oh, there he is. Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We heard that the Eorzia were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care to not travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divines, or divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In the time that we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish. Not the worst they've had to do. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, God-fearing, God-fearing, yeah, you are, folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall we, pay visit to Akiali? Yeah. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So, 'tis a simulacra of the Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed saving them would mean confronting their false gods. Like as not, as he said, we'll do well to study the religious traditions to Akiali. Past the grumpy elephant. Past someone's hunt. Grumpy turtle. Yeah, no, didn't make past the grumpy turtle. No, fat turtle. Oh, there it is. And then a biscuit. Up. Up, I say. Oh, any more Gelschelgrins. Although I will do this actually. We're going to try. I have them all. Yes, I do. I'll have some of them. A striking tree, a war leader. I don't have. I don't have the Aka off amphitheater extreme. Out. Hard to get that horse, that mount, if I don't have that unlocked. So I think I might need to. I'm not gonna do it yet. I'll have to go back to Foundation. We'll at least do. So I got the World Eater and then the Striking Tree. So I got all but one. See if we can get the mount real quick. All right. We'll play the cutscene. And scream! Screamed? Alright, let's see if I can deal with this. There we go. Yeah, we'll skip all this. I get the mount. No. Son of a biscuit. I didn't get the mount. Got her feather at least. La 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 dee 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 doo. Let's get cutscene. Ramu. Son of a biscuit. buzz. Alright, so he's invincible now. Horse. Nope. Checking that real quick. Mounts. Trials. Look at filters that I am. Say trials, damn you. Yep, it's extremes, so. All right, we'll do Bowl of Embers, and we'll continue. Then we'll continue with the story. Well, I don't have mounts. I just realized I don't have the horse mounts. They're not high enough for a white mate on the unicorn yet either. I don't think. Boom. Oh, middle one there. Forgot about the middle spike. Die. Boom. Where's the damn mouse? Alright, let's continue the main story. Didn't get any mounts. How's that looking on this on actual OBS? 6K. All right. All right. Well, Akiali, my friend, the name's what means white beach, and there isn't much here to save that. But please make yourself at home. Your companions have already been talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around to do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga, the old. Yeah, I'm not gonna try. They're free at the moment, as it happens. Kanga. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want to fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is once you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusia. Oh man, excuse me. Bringers of wisdom, and who assume the form of men, and the Murga. Marga? Beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities. Their forms and personalities, many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings we strive to be better people and live better lives. Let's see, you're interested in learning about our gods, you say? Yeah, that's what I'd like to hear. Prick up your ears and listen. In ancient times, the Mensuya and the Murg, deities who look like men and beasts, respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Mensuya, the Murg cast aside their own heads and took upon those of their foes. Likewise, the Mensuya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods, possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Mensuya have worn animal faces, and the Murga have the limbs of men. There you are, learning a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you're off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. I don't know if this is voiced or not. If it is, I will. If it is, great. If not, I will. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are Mansuya. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Cinderuva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemist hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandaruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Mensuya, the deities of Eorzia present over a myriad of aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as a progenitor of the Akrasodra. And then there are our dragons. They occupy a very special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It is said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Razadhan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. The divinity has since acted as a guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if ever the satrap is in need, the dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. Your passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance, an alchemist by the name of Nidana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her in a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Matsya. The Shining Eyes, I wasn't there before. Did you say you're going to Nidana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Will do. That's right. I am far enough. I wonder how much a writing map for I'm Crystal first. This one knows voiced.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests.
We have guests. We have guests.
You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Poor Stinian.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Now, see here.
Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Thank you for the prayer, Eorzia. He needs it.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your Mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Oh, is that looking on? Definitely high contrast. Got to change the setting in OBS, so that's that way it is. We'll finish the stream off that way. Okaboki. Alright, triple keep. Whoa! Shit. Alright, where's the stairs out? Oh, there's the beach, close enough. Yeah, because if I switch it here, go down here, let's have a look. That didn't really change much, actually. Interestingly enough. Yeah, alright, well, we'll still deal with it. Then we'll double check. Yeah. Yeah, so that really didn't change too much. Maybe a little lighter. Oh yeah, it's a little bit lighter. See a little more detail. I forgot because there's a setting on OBS when you're dealing with HDR. If you don't do without, change that setting on OBS when dealing with HDR videos. It turns really washed out. But if you do it on non-HDR, like Final Fantasy 14, well, it gives vibrant colors. It high contrast, so like a lot of details is missing. I have to remember to switching back and forth. Were we waste or not? No. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we're grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Verdona is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make the talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists to create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we'll be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Okay. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose? What exactly do you need me to do? Yeah, like better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Haha, perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. But as for your task, we ask only that you serve as an escort. I'll explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you, with your permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We will be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you're ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you on the top after seeing to some preparations. Dun. Bum, bum, bum. You. I need more Geshel greens. How many do I have? 9. I don't like to have 40 on average. Alright, what do I want to sell? nothing yet. Although I do need to go through this. Holy crap. How much is that? Is that sword as well? Samurai. I'm using what? Augmented Scabian for that? Alright, so that's what the same. Save that. Alright, back to Reaper. Or Viper, I mean. Nidana. Alright, I hope you didn't have trouble finding the place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. Places I've been. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless night, the drunken Deepa. The Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficiency. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting powerful blasts of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. So with my protection, how bad do you think it was for Eorzia and Thancred? For your test, you'll be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to safe distance if you are not the subject. I'm waiting. Ready to be a distance back? No. Powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach? Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. So yeah, the fact of how much I can protection. How bad Eorzia and Thancred had. Another power blast, but no suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirm. Resuming test. Please follow. You are struck by another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test, please follow and brace for final discharge. All right, here we go. Strong spot to either yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take a deep off your hands. By all means. Thank you. I shall replenish this ether for when that we test the talismans. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Yep. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talismans require the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it: spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go harvest some. With the recent spat of kidnappings, however, the Acrosodra had traveled alone at our peril. Will you not come with me for escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. Of course. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let's head to Kajia's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Anna? I simply may be imagining it, but I feel as though we are being followed. Yeah, I'm sure we are. Yep. Look out! Odds that gave me a fright. I think that the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. I think the sisters asked you to come with me. You all right, I hope. Yeah, I'm fine. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now, just through these pillars and up the rise. And here we are. Kaja's footsteps. Kaja was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place, train, and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weeds grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once if you'll be so good to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't likely to return soon, but better safe than sorry. La-da-dee. There's some commentary in here when you are a dancer. Not a lot, but just enough.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the Satrap for the trials he must be facing. Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present Satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the Satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the Satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the Satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Alright, I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back to the great work, shall we? I can go up here. Improvise. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. If they don't dance, and if they don't dance, and they're no friends of mine. And there's actually an NPC that wanders around every now and then in the area that, if you are a dancer, it makes commentary. I know it's not a lot, but it's kind of nice to have little touches. It's like, what am I on my white mage? My level 5 conjure. How the hell do I have the unicorn? Oh, it's not unicorn, it's Xanthos. Okay, it's like, how do I have the unicorn? I'm not that high. Because I'm not. It's Xanthos. This is the one I don't need to get, so I don't need to do Garuda again. A big trout. Chocobo. Alright, Dono, thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we have with your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Alright. Alright, if you'll excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you're both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mrs. Nidana. It would seem the stores of Giant Skull are running low. But when I last looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Eorzia told everyone about their tempering cure, and Justinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Fiona, loath that I am to press another task on you so soon, you're not the first one. Might I ask you to fetch some Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is the type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it's found is aptly named Giant Skull Grounds isn't far away, so shouldn't take much time. May we impose on you once more? Like, you really, I mean, I've had less time breaks in there. Thank you. Upon arriving on the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenua. he will be furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand on my own that will take me out to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nidana? By all means. Try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Hippo riding. Hippo riding. Hi, Indiana. My question is, what are you, my good man? Red mage. I don't know. I'm not sure I would consider. Well, I mean, it's close. I'm not sure I would have considered Indiana a red mage. Jolamok. Alright, he's concerned about a colleague. You have a moment, adventurer. One of my colleagues has gone missing. She said she was going to Kaja's footsteps to get a bit of exercise, but she hasn't come back. I do search for her, but it's almost time for shift change, and I can't very well leave my kiln to operate itself. Could you find her and fetch her for me? You're too kind. She should be in Kaja's footsteps. Keep an eye out for her with black hair. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. She was out last time. She was out the last time you were by, and she is devastated she missed out on the chance to meet the adventurer aiding the students of Baldessium. That's right here. She's way out there. She's the one, if I remember correctly, talking as a. But as the answer. So I will switch back over to dancer. That because sometimes there's a different text for that. Do need to. I gotta figure out where I can get it. The writing map for Razat Han and how many crystals I need for it. I can go a little bit faster on the roads so I get flying. Ripa, papa. Let's see here. See if she does have the wording. What do you mean? I need to go back to work. Oh, have I really been out that long? I should really go. I was hoping to get a better look at the stage before I left. I'm sure you're busy, but could you assist me for a moment? Oh, thank you. I'll inspect the walls so you can make sure the stage is in order. Fresh coat. So yep, 3. Small hole in the floor. That can't be good. And waving swiftly in the wind, no problems here. Any problems? The floor and the paint. I'll have to have them fixed next time I come by. Thank you for checking. You know, it seems odd that I've never met you until now. You wouldn't happen to be the adventurer sent by the students of Baldessium, would you? Maybe. Maybe not. You are? And here I was delegating your menial task. If I had known, Again, you're not the first. You won't be the last. I've always admired travelers like you. You see, I was studying to be a dancer under Mistress Nashmira at one time. I wanted to see the realm as I traveled for performances. And maybe I still can. Not as a dancer, of course, but as an alchemist. Oh, but we should hurry back to the great work. I don't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. Ah, she didn't have in the wording. Work back. Remember last time I went through as a dancer that there was some unique dialogue. I may not be able there. Oh well. Tis what it is, it is, it is. Ah, there you are. I heard you helped my colleague out with her stage inspection while you were out. It's greatly appreciated. She really looks up to your kind, you know. She lost her chance to become a dancer due to an unfortunate injury. Now she's working to heal the sick and injured as an alchemist. She was happy to meet you as I am. Here, a token of our thanks. You got the monkey. Do the funky monkey. Here are Hamsa, Fidona. If the creature looks familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Eorzian dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host has repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errands take me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. Now, if you have no objections, let us take for the outpost, set forth at your word. We are ready. Travel. Let's be off. If you haven't ridden those before, be warned. They have a wobbling gait. Wiggle, wiggle, chicken butt. That spectacular formation stretching over the water is called Hadga. Oh, okay. The sword, legend holds, was wielded by the Menusa against the Merga before they cast down the conflict's end. Too fast! Too fast! And the left requires new introduction to the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small isle. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery at the top of the cliff, the outpost itself was on the beach. Oh, bugger. Neck. And here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Boom. Boom. Well, well, who should it be but a young Vershan, and an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me to come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for the unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, and we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Oh, if you only knew. Your predecessor, too, often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may be now, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray that you do not think ill of his excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but still, I worry for you. We will be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nabdeen, thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of her. Permit me to introduce Fiona Eorzia, the Eorzian contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzia, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? May I suggest you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threats, some of ours are understandably anxious. We'd be glad for any tidings you can share. You two bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Hey, Moody. Actually, I'm here. I've heard about you. The visitor from Eorzia. Is there anything you can tell us about the Talafari? We know they are the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it that they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die? Take everyone with them. What madness is this? Well, you can bet they won't. We won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzian and Far Eastern brothers. It occurs to me I've yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with the heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend and fend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on 2 occasions, they came in force and we had to pay a heavy price. What are the towers in Eorzia? Do they likewise spawn monsters? Yeah, just a wee bit. It's much everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot accept call for outside aid to be answered. Alright, you wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folks have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Narunair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are you dealing with the tower in your homeland? Sending my ass inside, constantly. Our struggles are not unique, then our hopes still lie in the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they are ready. If they're how they handle it, they're sending my ass inside. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was an enlightening as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Razathan ordinarily receives steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, we have best to see to your original errand, as mine will keep me away here a while longer. However, I'm afraid that I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Yep, we want to take the Hamsa to where we need to go. Chicken butt. Was this the right road or was... Oh no, this is a road. Nope, not the road I need. It's over here. Do I need to ride the Hamsa? I do need to ride the Hamsa. He runs away. This is indeed Giant Skull Grounds, and I am Xenia. Is there something you require? Giant Skull for the alchemist, you say? But of course, they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Here's my other flight path. Alright, here you are, a sack of the purest Giant Skull. They always set some aside for alchemist friends. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their effort. They need more, they need but ask. After I go over here and tune with the ether. We're gonna tune it. Boink. On boink. Okay. Should be half. Yep, half. So the other ones are gonna be later on when I get down here. Oh, I need that open actually. I'll take the 100 gil. Oh, excuse me. Oh, welcome back. Derry, hope you got the giant skull. Maybe. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. Now we have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. Huh. Ease? For me?
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
are my
Hand
heels?
it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed.
How are my heels not sinking?
I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzia, of the Far East, of Tavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
At long last.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
By the way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
No, it started bleeding a little bit. Hold on. Ugh. Right, nosebleed. Interesting.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore.
Don't think there was a... No, there wasn't. Okay, fine. Bouncy, bouncy. A bouncy, bouncy. A bouncy, 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 bouncy. No, I'm not joining you. No. Boat. There's a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm not sing the rest of the lyrics. This is a rather finer boat than I expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand, of course. I pray it does not come to that. But you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope of toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever it may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Water.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could. So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
In we go.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking.
I mean, it does look like Heidelin.
My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting. Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Asian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Asians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Asian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
At your service. Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation, slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see you.
Ah, you returned. Where is Mistress Nidana? Monsieur preserved. Just when we have succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Alright. Ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Thank you. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What's happened? So it's been Daniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily lest we endanger Nidana and the other captives. Alright, first we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Nidana. I'm not gonna cry. And can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in a tower, she is still alive, yes? Yes. Yes, she is. Then we must make warding scales as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nidana proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. As alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. As for our Eorzian visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mrs. Nidana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if he is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Razat Han for an audience with His Excellency? We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Right. So I can move that. But there we go. Don't have this random mounted symbol in the middle of my screen. To unlock the blue mage, you need to unlock Josh Logan. I think I have the quest for that. I have the quest for the blue mage. Actually, no, I don't have the quest for the blue mage. I gotta do that. And then the scholar, that's gotta wait for my arcanist again. I'm a level 4 as an arcanist. This character. Alrighty. All present? Then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you've been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times.
A vast rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Ruds at Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets. But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are, Megaduta. It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside. Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzat-Han. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude. I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn. I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgard Sorma's spawn. I was last to hatch.
Hence, you're tiny compared to your brothers.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat-Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility, when it seemed all would be drowned in blood. Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz Athan.
But if Vitra is still here, then your position as Satrap is just...
a charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the Great Worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my wit.
Ah, that would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bare his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz Athan. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
I could have a vacation.
I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Charlian is in order.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Alright, that may take a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Charlian. We must muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetheryte here before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. I'm good. I've already done it though. I've done it twice. Haha. Alright, what do I have here? I have reading the books. So we're up there. Yep. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of the Nomenon, Charlian's grandest collection of books and tomes. The building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives of the Nomenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Goopal library pale in comparison to the Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Charlian is free to enter and peruse its shelves, well, most of its shelves. Only the Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Shishtola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alizé and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlian history and foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you a working knowledge of these subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I have told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they've found some promising tomes. Happy reading. Alright, finding books. Time Worn Tome. The fated title of Fine Stewards of Wisdom. During the chaos of the Sixth Emerald Calamity, Archon Yinkrep, founder of Charlene, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern Empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlians took to heart the words of their savior and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon the foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of mind rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading, with knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, and ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth in coin, and more of their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlene would live by their founder's teaching, for the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star. They would eschew tools of war and with knowledge deliver the world. Forever 20 summers? No. Instruction to the heavens? Maybe? Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us is to be finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, the heavenly sea remains unreachable, unknowable destination, and there are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was a technologist of Aleg who came the closest to understanding the laws that govern the starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalmud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged different in the past, that the positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey to the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? Okay, that wasn't the one I wanted. But I popped it. You guys need to read it. Leatherbound. The voice of a growing city. This one I think is one of them. In the years which followed the founding of Charlene, civic policy and other matters of import were decided by the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the Sixth Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlene would transform to a new form of government. A nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from among their peers by means of a nationwide vote. This is the forum as we know it today, conceived and created. I think the last one is down this direction. Well, I know it's down this direction. Can't remember if it was this one or that one. Road to the old colony. The story of Charlene. Let's try that one. Long, long ago on an island in the northern sea there lived a Rogden man by the name of Yinkrep. Yinkrep was a student of astrology and divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would swoon before the lands of Eorzia. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, a simple Noah's Ark. Okay, we're just going to cut through this. I feel it's not this one. Yep, that wasn't the one I needed. Or maybe it was. Yeah, it was. To paraphrase, Noah's Ark. for the Final Fantasy world. Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphadone Cryle should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically, so we may have no choice but to start with the gently relevant tomes, if they are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would be nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read and ready to play hot tea. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Well, my situation is somewhat complicated. I was raised in Sharlayan, yes, but I was born rather farther away. In the southern reaches of Ilzabard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Korvos, a coastal region opposite the island of Thavnir. The Allagans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the sea solid, many of the tribes still living in Korvos braved the journey back to Eorzia. My ancestors, however, chose to remain that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Korvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as it is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garland Mulder renamed the region Loch Amonas. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the noble house of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so much I was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices have been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge of traditions of Allag. As the last child born of the Allagan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends and the students of Baldessian, who had been registered as a Sharlayan citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thagra was taken in by Archon Louis Sois, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Sharlayans than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we are all provided an equal opportunity to learn, and with the sufficient precipitancy, we outsiders can even earn the vaulted title of Archon. This is exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation of which citizens can be proud. Hear, hear, another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse me us while we try to make some headway in these books, Fedona. More company should be arriving any moment now. we've returned with our selections. Although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mrs. Cryle has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mentions of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers of the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I am the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarant firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. Oh, I don't know. It's been long with this character. I don't even remember. My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomenon did the ancients encounter as the final day drew nigh? I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. Chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing the powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors rising from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. It did. Galatians. To the best of our knowledge, however, these techniques were not preserved or passed on. Eustola surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Ascians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? Let's see here. It said the land began with a keening sound. Ah, yes, Amarantines spoke of it, didn't they? But never did hear the sound ourselves, of course. Thus we were into the midst of the madness. But it seems that each and every one of the catastrophes was preceded by this ominous noise. Eventually, it resounded all over the star, and not even Amarant was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I have to speak with one of Nomanon's mammoths and ask if they ever have books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive actions did they take? They summoned Zodiark. Yes, and with Elidibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves to sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know how exactly, we know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up further sacrifices to heal the ravages of the final days. Life sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiark a trade that would allow them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Vana and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Okay, here's where I get question. And that's probably because I don't remember between Shadowbringers and beginning, but I don't recall them ever calling her Vana till later in the expansion. Thank you, both of you, for the maybe. No, it would have. Emmett Selk would have been complaining about it. Like I said, it's been a while. All right. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder if the Telophori truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing to those towers of theirs is forcing people to summon primals some sort of catalyst. Are they attempting to mirror the conditions that cause unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But this is all pointless conjecture at this stage, so let's return to our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye on Y'shtola, but this time we began studying these research papers. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced one or two possible useful books. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Eorzia learned the source's reflections from the Gerun oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Gubal Library. Even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason that my colleagues, be they Archon or counselors, should perforce by largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Fortuno, with knowledge of the Telophori and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seems to admit that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Nor that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or not, these books yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. I am not the reader, Y'shtola. I am yeah. For labor, it feels like an age as Y'shtola's research assistant. Alright, oh dear, you look exhausted, but what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subject I mentioned? Yeah, I found a few. Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a man at the reference desk will point you to the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Where are you? Are you better or worse than what I've got on? No, worse. Okay. Alice. Ready for a tea break? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You know the last stand down the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Alright. Alrighty. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call that for tonight. I think anybody who's popped in to watch, I know it's kind of a later stream, so it wasn't a lot of people showing up, but it's just fine. If you're watching this later via the Twitch or YouTube, I appreciate your views. It means a lot to me. I know I wasn't the greatest narrator today, cottonmouth and all that kind of fun stuff makes it really hard to understand. I am sorry, I apologize, I am working on it. So, I hope to see everyone later. I hope everyone had a good night. And I'll see you all on the next video. Excuse me. Well, I didn't hit puberty yet. I'm 40 years old. Okay. So, yeah. To reiterate, I appreciate everybody to be here. If you're watching later, greatly appreciate your views. And I will see everybody in the next video. Have a good night. Bye now.